What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about a potential second stimulus check, the two main ones that I'm hearing about primarily, along with how many ounces of different types of precious metals you would be able to get with these different potential stimulus checks. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with 3 new designs. The 3.9's fine, the 4.9's fine, and the 90% t-shirt and hoodie, available in black, white, gray, red, blue, and pink. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, I want to talk about the two main types of potential stimulus checks or stimulus packages that may or may not be introduced within the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try to be objective here. Obviously, I would prefer for the economy to just open back up and everybody to hop off of unemployment and everybody get back to work. But that's in a perfect world. I understand we do not live in a perfect world. So I'm going to be objective here. I understand that complaining about inflation is not going to stop them from printing. I understand that stomping our feet, wanting everybody to open back up, isn't going to get everybody opening back up. I understand that. So my views, my opinions, my thoughts aside, I thought it would be kind of interesting to talk about two of the main potential stimulus packages that are trying to be introduced. May or may not happen, but they're the two most popular ones that I've been hearing the most about. I've done a little bit of research on both types, and I thought it would be kind of interesting to talk about how much of different types of precious metals you would be able to get with those dollar amounts. So, first things first, the $1,200 stimulus check. As most of us have already seen, this has already occurred. But there's already talks about a potential second round of the same exact thing. No different, just another $1,200 for everyone. Apparently that'll put a band-aid on everyone's broken leg. But anyway, I'm going to be objective here. Another $1,200. Same as we saw 1 or 2 months ago. With $1,200, the current spot price of different precious metals, I have them right here in front of me. Silver, right now as I'm recording the video, is $17 and change. Gold is $1,732, so I'm just going to round that up to $1,800. Platinum is about $821, so let's just round that up to $850. Palladium is $1,885, and according to the premium, we're looking at least $2,035, and then rhodium is over $5,000. I'm not even going to talk too much about rhodium. I don't know anybody who's stacking rhodium. So when it comes to an additional $1,200, as we've seen in previous weeks, previous months, I'm pretty sure by now everybody has received their first stimulus check. I do not know for sure if we're going to get another one. If we end up getting another one, with $1,200, if you were looking to pick up some silver, you could probably get roughly 60 ounces of silver. With the spot price right now being $17 and change, obviously you have to tack on a couple of bucks for a premium, so I just rounded 17 and change up to $20. You might be able to get some basic generic secondary market rounds, or if the ball actually begins rolling again and we actually start to see people and businesses and companies and corporations opening back up, hopefully the spot price and the premiums begin to normalize a little bit, and hopefully at that point we would be able to get some coins rather than basic generic secondary market rounds or bars for a $2, $3 premium. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it is what it is, and it's not what it's not. So with $1,200, you'd probably be able to get about 60 ounces of silver. Now when it comes to gold, like I said, I'm just going to round it up to about $1,800. So with a $1,200 stimulus package, you'd be able to get about 2/3 of an ounce. So if you are relying solely on stimulus checks to pick up precious metals, unless you're willing to throw in a couple hundred of your own dollars, you might be able to get an ounce of gold at that point. But assuming that we're just going to be going by the stimulus check here, probably about 2/3 of an ounce of gold. Now, you can do this the way that I do it, with 10th ounce gold eagles, 10th ounce gold maples, Philharmonics, Libertads, pandas, kangaroos, whatever you want. 1/10 of an ounce gold coins. That's my preference. That's what I like to do. I'm a big fan of fractional gold coins. Not the biggest fan of gold bars or gold rounds. I like those coins. I feel like if I'm going to be packing in that many dollars into one particular piece of metal, I'd rather it be a coin just so it has a higher level of notoriety. And we're talking about a fractional amount of gold to begin with. There's no way of getting 2/3 of an ounce of gold with an ounce of gold. You got to go with 10th ounces, maybe some 1/4 ounces. You can mix and match it up, do the math, and there you go. Figure out a way to get approximately 2/3 of an ounce of gold. Now with platinum, with a $1,200 stimulus check, and the spot price of platinum being about $821, just gonna round that up to about $850 because premiums, you could very easily get at least an ounce of platinum. You could pick yourself up a 1 ounce platinum Britannia, maybe an Eagle, and you'd still have probably about $100 to $150 left over, which you can then put into fractional platinum or go to a couple ounces of silver maybe, if that's your choice. But with a $1,200 stimulus check, that's more than enough to pick up an ounce of platinum. Platinum you can still get for pretty relatively low dollar amount. Now as for palladium, $1,885 as I'm recording this video. Got to round that up to above $2,000. And with a $1,200 stimulus check, you're probably only going to be able to get half an ounce of palladium, unfortunately. Not a whole lot of palladium, but palladium has made some pretty significant moves over the last couple of months, or really over the last year and a half, if you think about it. I remember it was half of where it is today, which seems like just a couple months ago, but it was actually probably 2.5 years ago. And we're not even going to worry too much about rhodium. But moving away from what we can get with a $1,200 stimulus check, virtually identical stimulus check, what we already received, there's a different type of stimulus package that has been talked about. Now, before I deep dive into how much you can get with that stimulus package in terms of precious metals, I want to talk about what this stimulus package is, because it's a little bit different than just a check. It's a little bit different than direct deposit. This proposal suggests that each and every American should receive a debit card, a stimulus debit card. Every single person gets a little piece of plastic. Don't ask me how much money that's going to cost. I'm sure it's going to cost a pretty penny. But every single person is supposed to get a debit card with $2,000 on it for starters, and then every month after that, an additional $1,000 gets put back on the card. So you start out with $2,000. You use that $2,000 on whatever you need to use it on: food, bills, precious metals. And then every month after that, they put another $1,000 on. Now, in theory, this does make more sense than continuously and consistently sending out checks, because let's face it, not everybody has direct deposit set up. Not everybody knows how to do that. Not everybody has done it already. So there's a lot of people here in the States that do not have direct deposit set up when it comes to their taxes, when it comes to their stimulus checks. So those people obviously don't get a direct deposit. They get a physical paper check in the mail, which they can use and go to the bank and cash it that way, or you can stay home and use mobile deposit like most people do nowadays, assuming that you still get paper checks. One of my jobs still gives paper checks, I don't know why, but mobile deposit. Simple solution. However, not everybody has a bank account, not everybody has mobile deposit, not everybody has smartphones, not everybody has access to the bank, not everybody can go run on over to the ATM, not everybody wants to go out of their way to cash the check just to receive paper fiat currency dollars, which they're telling us not to use and touch anyway because they're saying it could potentially be contaminated. I do not know. I'm not a medical professional, not a researcher, not a doctor, so don't take anything I say as medical advice or I'm not a healthcare worker or anything like that. This is all for entertainment purposes. But the purpose I bring all of this up is because, in theory, that's why a debit card could potentially make more sense. Rather than figuring out who has direct deposit, who doesn't have direct deposit, now we gotta print out all these paper checks and mail each and every one of them out individually every couple of months or every month or however often they plan on doing these stimulus packages for, rather than going through all that hassle, since at the end of the day we do not know how long this nonsense is going to last for, they are saying that it could potentially make more sense to give everyone a debit card rather than worrying about sending out checks, rather than doing this, rather than doing that. Everybody can get a debit card and they can automatically drop an additional $1,000 on the debit card every single month. Now, in theory, this makes more sense. Do I agree with it? I'm not going to go there, but in theory, it does make more sense. So with a $2,000 amount, a $2,000 balance on the debit card for starters, that would be enough to get approximately 100 ounces of silver. Assuming that silver is about $17 and change, let's round that up to $20. $20 per ounce of silver with a $2,000 budget can get you roughly 100 ounces of silver. And then after that, you would be able to get 50 ounces of silver, about approximately, every month if they continue to put $1,000 on the card every month following. When it comes to gold, remember the spot price of gold is $1,732. We're going to round that up to $1,800. With a $2,000 amount on the card, that would be more than enough to get about 1 ounce of gold and still probably have above $100 left to spare, which you can then, as I said previously, put into silver or do something else with. Maybe pick up a fractional piece of gold or put it towards a fractional piece of gold if that's all you want to get. And then every month after that, you could probably pick up roughly half an ounce of gold. Even though it's probably going to run you a little bit more, you're probably not going to have a whole lot of cash left over afterwards. You'd probably be putting that extra cash into the premium of a fractional piece of gold, but moving forward. Platinum. With the spot price of platinum being $821, crank that up to about $850, maybe a little bit higher because of the premium. You could probably get 2 ounces of platinum and still have at least $150, $200, maybe even $300 left to spare. Because platinum, as I said previously, is still relatively low. Premiums are typically a little bit higher, but it's a lot cheaper than gold, and it's a lot cheaper than palladium. And then every month after that, you could probably pick up at least 1 ounce of platinum and still have a couple $100 left to spare. Moving over into palladium. With the spot price being $1,885, got to crank that up to above $2,000. You could pick up 1 ounce of palladium, but you'd probably have to put in at least an additional 35 to maybe $50, because as Kitco listed, to pick up an ounce of palladium with the premium, it'd probably run you about $2,035. So with a $2,000 amount on your stimulus debit card, you could probably pick up just about an ounce of palladium, but you'd have to put in a little bit of extra cash. And then every month after that, you could probably pick up close to half an ounce of palladium. But once again, you'd probably have to put in a little bit of cash towards your total amount, if that makes sense. Now, in conclusion, I know that this video was a little bit jumbled. I did have the spot price of all of these precious metals written down. I do have a chart in front of me talking about the pros and cons, or weighing out the differences between the $1,200 check and a $2,000 stimulus card with monthly $1,000 amounts put onto it. I do have a chart in front of me. I do have the precious metals listed in front of me. I tried to be as structured as possible. Unfortunately, it's just too early to make conclusive statements, just because nothing has 100% passed yet. Nothing has been confirmed just yet. I couldn't even tell you if we're even going to receive an additional stimulus package. It seems to be the case, but I don't know how it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be direct deposits and or another check like we just saw in the last month or so. I don't know if it's going to be something different, such as a stimulus debit card, or if it's going to be something else. There's going to be a lot of different options. There's going to be a lot of different ideas, some better than others, some worse than others, some make absolutely no sense at all, and some might work in some ways but not work in other ways. I know inflation, deflation, hyperinflation, I know that's a really big concern right now. So there's a lot of pros and cons. There's a lot of things to think about. There's a lot of things to talk about. And I'm curious, what are your thoughts? If you got another $1,200 stimulus check, how would you put it into precious metals? Or if you got a $2,000 stimulus debit card with $1,000 amounts put onto it every month after, how would you convert those dollars into precious metals? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products, t-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, and many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And of course we got 3 new designs, the 3/9's Fine, the 4/9's Fine, and the 90% t-shirts and hoodies available in black, white, gray, red, blue, and pink. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know if you got another $1,200 stimulus check and you can only put it into precious metals. How would you break it up? What would you get? What's your metal of choice? Would you mix and match it up? And also, when it comes to a $2,000 stimulus debit card with $1,000 following monthly payments, how would you put it into precious metals? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. And remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.